Hey everyone, welcome back to AFTV. Welcome to another live show. It's me and Seth. How you doing, man?
I mean, it feels weird being back, but I'm back. It's been a while since I've been on these lives.
Of course, you've been in Germany. You've been everywhere.
Been everywhere.
Busy.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of football.
Doing great stuff outside of AFTV as well.
Yeah, went to Palace, met Vieira, spoke with the young players.
Vieira, just slips that in. Met Vieira.
Just saying. So it's the under-21s. Spoke with some of the first team players. I stay on tour at the moment in Singapore. The Palace lot. And then went to Women's Euros opening game, England versus Austria. I've been to a lot of places. Body doubled for a professional Premier League star as well. In between all this, and then obviously Germany with Lee. I mean, I laugh because we had such good time, such good banter. It was we had a lot of memories and it was funny, and obviously bumped into a legend that is Edu, which you guys probably all saw on their channel. Yep. So yeah, no, it's been a while, but it feels good to be back. It feels good to be back with you guys, and we're soon off again.
Tired or?
Oh, I'm shattered. I'm absolutely shattered. I can't lie. We were pushing for content and pushing, creating stuff. Obviously getting amazing access and whatnot, but it was very exhausting. I haven't slept in my bed. First time was like last night. So yeah, it's been hectic, and obviously we go to America. Very grateful and thankful for that.
Yeah,
I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. All of us are going to be out there, which it's going to be a good one. So really looking forward to that. It's not just for us to enjoy, but for you guys as well, giving you guys, I guess, the access that we get and showing what goes on tour and whatnot, because there's things that you don't ever think about or don't get to see, and we hope to provide that obviously when we're away, and I hope we did that with Germany for you guys. I hope you saw everything and enjoyed what you saw there, but yeah, more to come, and very, very happy with where the channel and everything is, and how we are right now. So,
I'm looking forward to talk. We're going to learn a lot about it. We've got stuff to talk about. The news did come through today that Man United are closing in on the Lisandro Martinez deal that came through Sky Sports, which would all but suggest that he's basically chosen them, or that Arsenal didn't stump up the cash. But I think the feeling was that Erik ten Hag was always going to be crucial in this, if not for the fact that whatever Man United put up and whatever their sell was to Arsenal's, I think the Ten Hag thing was always going to make a difference. Now, a couple of things I want to address. We do listen to the comment section. We do hear what you guys are saying, and the title we went with was a little taken the wrong way by pretty much most people, which suggests that we probably got it wrong in the way we worded it. So, but we do want to talk about this. We do want to talk about the fact that Martinez has chosen Man United, because Robbie was making the points on his shows that should Arsenal be getting to the funds that it's apparently going to take to bring him to the club, or it's going to take Man United to sign him from Ajax. You've also then got loads of Arsenal fans on social media as well talking about, well, if it's that much, then it's not worth it, move on. So, yes, we are salty Arsenal fans who are annoyed we're not getting the player we want, but there's a legitimate discussion away from the saltiness and the frustration that we're not getting a target we really wanted. There's an actual discussion around how much of our resources should really be allocated to this kind of position. When we're talking about, when everyone talks to me about Lisandro Martinez, they say, yeah, well, he can be a backup centre-back, left-back and midfielder. I'm like, well, 50 million for a backup and loaded positions. Yes, no, we were offering big money because I think he was going to start for us in one of those positions. So, guys, it's just over to you in the comment section and to us what we make of this. I mean, it is a shame we're not getting him, isn't it?
Did you believe... Really, let's be honest, okay. When this whole rumour started and I saw Lisandro Martinez being linked, I generally I knew it wasn't going to be, when United came into the fold, I knew it wasn't going to be obvious. I thought it was obvious that he was going to go there, in my opinion, because the Ten Hag link, it was obvious. As soon as I saw it, I was like, there's no way he's going to choose us. Same with, I didn't have as much strength in my argument for this one, but same with Rafinha. I never saw him coming to Arsenal. It just didn't, for me, it didn't make sense. And with Lisandro Martinez, it also didn't make sense. The money, the link, like I said, with Ten Hag, it was. As soon as I saw that, I just put it to the side and said, not one that I think's really going to happen. Don't get me wrong. I also think the price is too high. Right now, everyone seems to be going for 45 to 50 million, but yeah, for me, no, especially like you just said there, because he can play in multiple positions. Can he be a backup? No one's paying that money for a backup. So yeah, for me, I put that to the side. That rumour, I kind of knew it wasn't really going to happen. And same with, like we've seen, Rafinha's just gone to Barcelona. Same with Rafinha.
Yeah, some comments coming in early. Brett saying not worth getting into a bidding war at that price, and that's exactly where this discussion has stemmed from, is the fact that it looks like it's going to go to United and the fees mentioned. Sovan says Martinez is definitely worth it. We can't just say he's not worth it because we could not get him. A very, very good point. And then Luan, I hope I pronounced that right, Luan or Ian Morris says, I can't tell if that's an L or an I, my bad, it's the font. Says, how can you say Martinez isn't worth 46 million but buying Ben White for 50 million is worth it?
Yeah, I don't... Sorry, Scott. Name says there, saying yes. That's what we said the same about Ramsdale and Ben White, and I said, but there wasn't links to other clubs that would suit their profile. Those players, when the rumours were that they were coming to Arsenal, but
to be fair, that would only push the price up. I mean, for me, the difference is people were talking about Martinez's squad depth. I don't think he was. So personally, I probably would have got to that fee. Listen, Arsenal aren't getting Martinez because Man United are ultimately willing to pay a little bit more, but also the Ten Hag thing.
The Ten Hag thing, that's the main thing.
The Ten Hag thing.
That's the main thing.
And sorry, that's probably far too reductive. Massive club, and there's a lot of reasons why he played for Man United. I'm not trying to take that away from them, but Arsenal would have sensed a lot of those things and gone, cool, we're not going to get into a bidding war, which... yeah, the price would have got high. I don't think I ever said Ben White was worth 50 million, to be fair. But if Arteta saw him as a starting centre-back for him and as Martinez as cover for multiple positions, and that in itself tells you why one is worth more than the other, to say Mikel Arteta. So I don't know. It's
No, I think you played down the Ten Hag thing a lot there, James. I know we can say United's a big club and whatnot, but he really did bring through Lisandro Martinez, and I think he's a reason what he is today. And I feel like when you have that, if you being a player and you have a manager that you are very close with, they go to another club, and yes, United technically deemed as a big club. That is the main factor. That's why when I saw the links, I was like, it's not going to happen. It was obvious he wasn't going to come to us, in my opinion, anyway.
What was the deal? Oh, Basuma, right? When the Basuma deal didn't happen, and everyone lost their minds about it, and I understand why to a degree. Sure. I was pretty relaxed about that one. This one, I will be real with people. I'm not going to say, he's not worth it and I never wanted him. No, I really wanted Lisandro Martinez. When I looked across and I looked at the way Arteta likes to play, set up his team, and I looked at the options and he was there, I thought, I don't know if there's anyone more perfect for that role. Someone who is going to be inverted left back, who's good on the ball, who's used to defending in central areas, who can also play as a holding midfielder. I thought he was absolutely made for it. So I think it's a real shame we're not getting him. I think Man United are getting a real player. We're not going to talk about what it means for Man United. I mean, there's a whole discussion about whether he's going to be a centre-back or where he's going to play for them. But generally, I think Arsenal missed out on one here.
Is there players of that profile still? Do you think Arsenal's still going to keep targeting that profile? Because Zinchenko kind of is. I know you could say Lisandro Martinez is different to him, but he plays at multiple positions. Can play defensive midfield. Can play from the left back. Good on the ball. Do you think we've missed out on? Obviously, it's not looking like we're going to get Zinchenko. That's kind of died out, and obviously the Lisandro Martinez now, it's not looking possible. Do you think Arsenal's still going to push for that profile of player, can play multiple positions and still...
They have to. I mean, I do think they have to. Sam with a comment says, if Martinez cost 46 million, why don't we go for Josko Gvardiol? Now, he's the Croatian... I know he's more of a centre-back, whether he could play left-back as well. Maybe that's an option. Anik says he'd rather Zinchenko over Martinez. Jerry says, lol, it must really hurt. Listen, it does. I want Arsenal to get the best of the best. And I don't think there was a more ready-made player for that particular, not just position, but role in this team. So, yeah, man, I'm not going to pretend. Jonathan says, ultimately, we can't judge what we didn't spend on Martinez until we see what we eventually do spend on upcoming acquisitions. Back to Zinchenko, yeah.
Question mark. Yeah, I thought I'd put that back in there.
Really good point.
It is good. Thank you for the super chat as well. It's definitely something to consider, and it seems like that's what Arsenal's trying to address, that position. But even though I still think priority needs to be in that midfield, I mean, I understand them looking for a player to cover, obviously, the left back position, left centre back, and then can play in the DM, excuse me. So it'd be interesting to see what name gets thrown about next as well in that.
Well, Onsara here saying Edwin van der Sar is Ajax board member and ex-manager, is he? Then you expect to get him. I mean, yeah. Probably not. I think there are a lot of factors that were suggesting this guy is Manchester United bound. But he was one I was really hoping for something just coming out and going our way. Name says James is right. Martinez was perfect. Arteta was perfect for Arteta's style of win back, similar to Tomiyasu. Yeah, absolutely he was. Brooke says he'll be playing defensive midfielder. As a defensive midfielder for Man United. And then here Harsh says Mikola Matvienko is linked. Was he linked a couple of years ago? I think he was. I think he was linked at the very start of Arteta's reign, and he's a centre-back / left-back. So, yeah, maybe we do something there. Cody says, come on, we do need Martinez. We don't have a defensive midfielder. He's got a Man United badge as his cover, so it looks like they're thinking he's going to basically be playing as a holding midfielder. I just think, look, there's two questions. Was he perfect for Arsenal, and is he a player that I think it's a real shame we're not getting? Yeah, I think he's an elite passer of football. I think he played in multiple positions, would have been brilliant for us. Do I think 50 million should be spent on that position? You've got to tell me what our budget is, and you've got to tell me what we're not getting instead, you know?
Yeah, because I was going to say that. Because I was going to say, so we're not getting him. Does that mean we get an official, a left back that can play centre back, and then a midfielder? Or are you looking for that player to cover all those roles and basically, not a squad player, but he can play multiple roles as left back, centre back, and a defensive midfielder? Or do you want a specialised player that can play in those roles specifically, like a left back and then a separate midfielder for a price of? Can you get a good enough quality for a price of?
So do we agree without being greedy and without I think Arsenal should maybe sign 3 more players, right? In my opinion, we need a wide player, we need a midfielder, and we need a left back.
Yeah, agreed.
Now, if you were to pick two of those three combinations and prioritise them, my priority is
midfield.
Midfield, and so what I mean is midfield and wide forward first. Okay. Then midfield and defend and left back. And then wide forward and left back. Do you get what I'm saying?
So in the order of the 3, so your first one is midfield and wide forward, and then
basically, if we're not going and getting into a bidding war with Manchester United, forget where his heart is, and you're talking pure bidding war, and you're talking that's what it's going to cost to bring him in. I think I'm okay with not spending that money so that we can secure a Tielemans or a Paqueta and we're barely linked with any forwards anymore. But
should have been Sterling. I wanted him. But it is what it is.
Get what I'm saying though?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I want to ask the people watching as well and listening, guys. What is the next position? What is the most important? What should Arsenal's priority be? Because I still think centre mid before even all of this. If centre mid should be straight as soon as we've done Gabriel Jesus, I'd be like the midfield is where we need to strengthen. Michael Matter says first a centre defensive midfielder, number 2 full backs, and then 3 wide winger.
That's so Michael feels kind of the opposite.
No. He just swapped around the full back and the wide winger instead of you. People are saying centre mid. Some people saying Ruben Neves as well, midfield.
Daniel's asking, he says Grimaldo and Onana and another attacker, hopefully Gnabry or Paqueta. Looks like Paqueta might be looked at as a midfielder though. That Matt says AFTV, we have Saliba is very young, so why would he spend 50 million on Martinez, spend this money on Lucas Paqueta? Because I don't think they'd play the same position at all. I think that's why. I get your point, but Warren says Zinchenko's a baller. How do you feel, asks Innocent, if Chelsea get Gnabry? Yeah, I'd hate that.
That would infuriate me.
I'd hate that.
I know he said he's not looking to go there, but it's just the fact that we're not. It doesn't feel like we're trying. That's what annoys me the most. It doesn't feel like we're trying to get him. Because they're asking for like around 30 million. Like, I don't even hear any links, apart from us as fans wanting him. I don't see no serious things. I don't see nothing coming from any reliable source that, we're out to get him. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. And he might even end up at Chelsea, because who else is really going in for him? Obviously, he said he doesn't want to go there, but I don't see anyone else linked to him by Chelsea. It should be us. So that's actually would infuriate me, and it's quite annoying at the moment that we're not kind of pushing for Gnabry to come back. Touch of Awesome with a super chat does say, if worse comes to worse, we need left back cover. Let's go for Reguilon. Why not? No way.
Well, I wouldn't go for an ex-Spurs player unless...
Not for me, anyway.
There's something about picking up a player that Spurs didn't ever want But I think there's a very good player in Reguilon. Whether we've really seen that, I don't know. Spurs fans will be able to tell us more. Manfred then says Savic, Asensio, Grimaldo, and Onana. But like, do those names scream? Yes, like, you know, we're instantly improved. Milinkovic-Savic, I think, sure.
Yeah.
Top player.
Good player. Asensio.
And I'll be honest, I'm basing that more on reputation and what people say, and, you know, a very impressive set of clips from Serie A. But, you know, he has been linked with big moves for a long, long time. Asensio, I think there's a very good player in there. I think some people said he had an injury, and I don't know if he's ever really recovered from it, or properly. I don't know. Grimaldo, I mean, again, they're talking about 7 million, and I just think, I don't know.
Do you know what, James? It's
I
hard.
don't know. Onana, Young.
I like Onana, but we got to say that about our signings in last summer, though. We didn't expect them to be what they are. So there's an argument in that. But I feel like there is a sense that we need to build on those with maybe at least one of those big names there, but you never know with some of these signings.
Yeah. Alvin's asking, will we need a striker if Balogun leaves on loan? I don't think so. I think Arteta will go in with Nketiah, Jesus, and maybe Martinelli could play there.
I know they're planning for him to go on loan, but I'm going to be honest, when he come on against Nuremberg, he played really well. He looked he looked more sharper. He's always been training, but with Balogun, I know he probably is going to go on loan. It'd be interesting if Arteta maybe considers him staying, because he got a few minutes and he played really well. And we do want to talk about Royal Waters as well, another player that I'm gonna put my hand up. We was over in Germany and we did some takeaways from the game, and that's one player I didn't mention, and I regret not mentioning, because watching him play, 17-year-old, in the first half was a standout player for Arsenal. Don't get me wrong, the first half team, we were obviously 2-0 down, didn't play too well, but he was phenomenal, physical. You can see some highlights of him as well going around on social media. That's Royal Waters. We took him from Tottenham as well, joined last year. He was superb. Physicality, good on the ball. I'm actually excited for him. He came out of nowhere. I normally check up on the academy, and that one took me by surprise. Obviously, I've known about Amari Hutchinson and Charlie Patino, who've been getting a lot of praise, but he came out of nowhere.
I was quite clued in on who the academy products were that we were to be excited about, and I hadn't heard of him. I saw his name. I was like, who? You know, and I know that sounds very disrespectful. I don't mean to be. I think I'm trying to emphasise how good he was for kind of, the fact that he hadn't really been talked about much. And I agree, he did impress. On the top of youngsters, Avik asks, why do you think we sent 5 goalkeepers on the US tour while Aziz, Patino, Hutchinson and Flores did not get a chance? We're going to discuss the squad that went on tour in a little bit, so we will talk about that. Rich says, this process we've been sold, he puts in quote marks, should have targets identified and tied up. It's the last 2 weeks it's been tumbleweeds and rumours and links to non-priority areas. I feel we're led up the path again. Time will tell. Absolutely. Let's fly through these super chats as well. Jeremy says, we've shown that we want to play a 2-striker system at times. Now sending Flo on loan, and that centre forward is right there with a centre mid. Again, this year I can see us being one injury away from falling apart. I don't think we'll go a 2-striker system.
I know you say that, but in Germany, I know it's pre-season and you're playing everyone. But I can't lie, Gabriel Jesus and Eddie K up top, they looked sharp.
It's good habits, but I feel like,
I think Arteta is going to look to do 3 at the back at some point. I think he really is pushing towards that. I'm going to be honest, I saw a lot of that throughout the whole 90 minutes in Germany, and we'll see more in the America. We'll definitely see more in the USA to 100%. I think that's going to take it really serious, and we'll see a lot of what we're going to see in the start of the season. But I think we might be surprised by what he goes with, whether he goes with 2 up top with Eddie Nketiah and Jesus, or if he goes 3 at the back more than what he did last season. There were some nice signs, I must admit.
Yeah. Nigel, he's predicting that Hector Bellerin will stay. Cedric will be the backup left back, and puts hashtag same old shambles. This kills me. Meat says, James being condescending about YouTube. Isn't that where he gets half his expert knowledge? Okay, first, I'm not an expert. And B, I don't think I was being condescending. That's absolutely where I get a lot of my knowledge. Like, you're watching clips and you're watching, videos of highlights of how people are doing. I also like to use Football Manager a lot. Their database is unbelievable. People laugh at it. People are Football Manager. They know their stuff.
A lot of people who do use Football Manager. I do not.
Clubs use it.
Yeah.
Clubs use it. Yeah. Listen, you should always have an informed opinion based on watching a footballer. That's the best way to get, watching matches from start to finish, not just watching their best highlights or whatever. But these things, can give you a base knowledge. They can give you a starting, okay, these are his strengths, these are his weaknesses, here's what he can do when he's at his best, and then you kind of go from there. Yeah. Riley says, Benacer, technical defensive midfielder. I think is he a little bit more advanced than just a defensive midfielder, but he's very technical. He's very good, Benacer. Obviously, we had him. He was one of the youngsters. He came in as a part of an influx of youngsters that in the summer of 2015, I think, where Jeffrey and Adelaide was one of them. Yeah. That was called Drago something. I can't remember. But Benacer was one of them.
They didn't really break. They never
really got a chance.
Yeah,
I think Benacer got a cup game, like a league cup game, and he barely played. But then he's gone on to, I think he went to Italy and then on to AC Milan, and he's thrived. So, yeah. Jonathan isn't impressed with our current CDM options. Fair enough. Jeremy says, Arteta made the comment on 2 strikers as something that we want to do. Fair enough. I haven't seen that one, but okay, maybe something we'll see a little bit more of.
I remember he did mention something like that last season, actually. But I don't know. I would like to see that one of this season. I'm sure. Listen, I'm going to be honest. I watched those 2 up top, and me and Lee said it. We said it in the stands. It was like, would we be angry to see that next season? Probably not. Yes, we probably need some more cover when it comes to attacking options. If we play 2 up front, might need another striker to be back up, whether that's Balogun or we bring someone in. But the intensity of the press and how on the front foot we were when Arteta made those changes. I know it's Nuremberg. I know it's a Division 2 Bundesliga side. I know people are going to say it's pre-season, but there was an instant impact and there was a lot of good signs from it. So again, we'll go to the USA and see if he's going to continue with that and see what the outcome is. Yasar with Super Chat says Patino should have travelled to the US. Just doesn't make sense. Yeah, we will talk about that. Then there was a comment I saw popping up there. Right, these kind of comments annoy me. I wouldn't normally address them, but if you tried to rattle me, well done. You have a little bit. Saying that AFTV reducing Martinez to Man United because of Erik ten Hag is laughable. Listen, we didn't. We mentioned it. It's clearly a key factor. You can't say it's not. Yeah, but as I said, they're also a massive club. They've also had tremendous success over many, many years. I don't want to say they might be a bigger club or are because, you know, Arsenal fans don't like it. But we know Manchester United are a massive sporting institution, and there's many, many reasons why I go, but you can't pretend the Ten Hag thing isn't going to play a part in some way, shape or form. I'm not saying that's the main reason. They might have got him without Ten Hag. It's a big fact. I'm sorry, it's my personal opinion. I think that's a very big factor of it. But anyway, that's just my opinion. You spoke about Patino, that super chat there from Yasavi, about Patino should have travelled to the US. Okay, just doesn't make sense. Patino should, do you know, even Amari Hutchinson should have been on the Germany flight, in my opinion. But you know, that is that. People are angry in the comments today. Fair enough. Let's talk about that USA squad because, well, it's been announced. I think we should go through the names. Let me just get it up on the Arsenal website very quickly. But they are flying off to the US today. Saw Frimpong as well. He's on his way. He looks happy. Yeah, man. I mean, look, it's exciting. I'm excited to be there. They've also got the Baltimore match. We'll be doing a watch along for it. Yeah, guys, make sure you tune into that. So for the UK viewers, it's midnight. It's very late. We'll be doing a watch along with people. Yeah. The international audience should be able to watch us. Obviously, watch the game. There'll be fan cams, same as usual. So make sure you check that out. That's this Saturday. Please, yeah, guys, come and join us. It's going to be a late one. Before we go into the team, James, right. For me, I take pre-season serious. I look at everything. Okay, some would say, I like what Lee said. He said it's not always about the results, but sometimes it's about obviously the performance and what you're seeing and the improvements. And I massively agree with that. For you, when you go to this USA tour, are you going to take what you're watching very seriously or with a pinch of salt if there's some mistakes? Because I always take pre-season quite serious. No, I'll find it interesting. Listen, you don't want to go in bad form, right? I remember last pre-season, Arsenal didn't look particularly good in pre-season at all, and everyone kept saying it's not the start of the season. He hasn't got his players yet. You know, don't stress. It's only whatever. And we started the season terribly as well. Now there were other factors that played a part, but we didn't start well. I think pre-season momentum, winning habits, feel good. I think all these things play a part, whether it's pre-season or not. However, I'm not there looking for us to go win games and I'm going to get overly upset if we don't or be overly happy if we do. I think what I need to see from Arsenal is, not what I need to see, what I look forward to seeing is
Arteta's ideas. Is he going to play Nketiah and Jesus up front together again? Maybe that is something we see more. Well, we're going to see Jesus off the right with Nketiah up front. Are we going to see certain midfield combinations we perhaps weren't expecting to? Is Walters going to get more game time? Maybe he sees him as someone who can actually get first team minutes next season. How is he going to line up Saliba and White? If Saliba and White start a game together, who's playing on the right, who's playing on the left? Like those are the things I'm looking forward to seeing, and they'll kind of feed into our thoughts and expectations for the new year.
But that's quite serious then. So because you're looking at, it's not like serious as it's going to be by be or end all, but as you're looking at certain factors to start the season correctly. And the reason I bring it up is because last season it was Hibernian, we lost to Rangers, we drew to, went into the Mine series, lost to Tottenham and all that. And I kept saying, we kept saying about Aubameyang, if he's not scoring, what's going to happen to the goal tally? Who's going to be scoring goals for us? And then we started the season, 3 losses, no goals, and it was a clear reflection, of my opinion, of what pre-season was showing us. Yes, of course, I just saw in the comments there, United beat Liverpool. No, Liverpool probably aren't panicking, but there were some signs in there that I'm sure some Liverpool fans will be thinking, they need to get that right, as much as some of them are youngsters, but they'll be saying, no, that needs to change, that needs to fix, especially in the second half when they brought on their stronger players. There were still some signs.
Yeah, and look, you'll be looking at all that. I mean, listen, last night or yesterday, whenever it was, Man United beat Liverpool 4-0 in a pre-season friendly. Would you rather be Man United or would you rather be Liverpool? Like, no, not generally, as in yesterday.
Yeah, of course. You'd rather be a United fan.
You'd rather be the United fan.
Yeah, of course.
No. The point I'm making is Liverpool are probably going to have a better season and go on and they're a fantastic side. We saw what we just did. But what I'm saying is, the Man United fans will be feeling good after it. The Liverpool fans, not overly bothered, but they won't be feeling great about it. I just think, to a degree, you want to show some momentum. You want to be winning games. You want to get into good habits and all those things. But I'm not going to be overly obsessed with... at all. I'm not really going to be too bothered about the results massively. I'm looking more to see what Arsenal are going to try and do. Should we look at the squad that is going out? So goalkeepers, Aaron Ramsdale, Bernd Leno. Interesting, that one, because he is on the brink of a move to Fulham. But I think this is Arsenal flexing their muscle a little bit. They want 11 million. Fulham apparently aren't willing to get there. And I think Arsenal are saying, fine, well, he's coming on tour then.
Yeah. Thoughts on 11 million? That is cheeky of Fulham a little bit. He's worth more than that.
Arsenal are asking for 11 million. They're not paying it up. I think it's a joke. He's an international goalkeeper. He's a very good player.
Yeah.
And to be honest, we should be asking for more. But you know
Agreed.
What? They're not even willing to come to 11. So yeah, I think it's a joke. So keep him. Off he comes on tour. Matt Turner, Arthur Okonkwo, and Alex Runnison. So 5 goalkeepers. That's going in. Loads. It goes back to a question that was asked. Why 5 goalkeepers? I mean, 4 I can maybe understand. If one gets injured, then you're reduced to 2. But
5?
Sorry,
Runnison.
If you have 3, I mean.
I didn't even know.
But so 4 I can slightly understand, but 5, and also I can understand maybe the 4 bar Runnison, because the 4 have maybe some sort of future and part to play.
And Okonkwo played, in Germany. He came on as well. He came
the
over.
Runnison one I find really strange. I kind of. It's not to sort of tear Runnison here. I just think he got the loan move, and he's not really been. We signed him for 6 months and we replaced him. I'm surprised he's going, but cool, he's going, fine. Defenders: Kieran Tierney, Nuno Tavares, Gabriel, Pablo Mari, Ben White. They put Ben, not Benjamin. Rob Holding, William Saliba, Hector Bellerin, Cedric Suarez, Takehiro Tomiyasu, and Rule Walters. So he's the only real youngster who's kind of included in the squad going. In the defenders.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But that's pretty much the list of names I expected. I can't think that there's anyone I wouldn't expect to be there.
No, obviously a lot of players returning back from the international break that they had, so obviously Saliba's back in there. Yeah. Very excited to see what Arteta does with him in the USA, this season, but what he does with him in the USA and seeing how much minutes he gets. It was very surprising that when we went to Germany that some of the players weren't included in the matchday squad. We saw, I mentioned it in the vlog, likes of Ben White wasn't in the squad. Ramsdale wasn't in the squad. Like they were there, but they weren't there to play at all. So it's very interesting that. But hopefully we get to see these players at some point on the USA tour.
Yeah, we've got then in midfield Elneny, Torreira, Partey, Smith Rowe, Lokonga, Xhaka, Odegaard, Maitland-Niles, Vieira, and Nelson. I can't wait to see Vieira. Very interested to see what Maitland-Niles' role is in all this.
He played very well, by the way, in Germany as well. So it'd be interesting to see if he's going to stay.
Lucas Torreira, I think, is again them flexing. Right, no one's come in. Fine. We've got another Torreira update that we've got to talk about in a bit. Reece Nelson. I read somewhere that he might be given a chance this season. I'm not sure. I mean, look, cool. He's on tour. I don't know what his part in the squad will be when you've got Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe already covering most of the main options on the wing. Jesus can play there, and we know he trusts Nketiah. Pepe still to be shipped off. You know, you still not shipped. You know, it moved on. Sorry, a term shipped off for transfers, but it always sounds so harsh. But like you're trying to I mean, Arsenal are trying to get rid of a lot of players in this squad. You got Marquinhos, in there, Flo Balogun. We'll mention the forwards: Martinelli, Nketiah, Jesus, Pepe, Saka, Balogun, Marquinhos. I wonder where Nelson's kind of role is in all this.
Yeah, Nelson's a funny one. I don't see him staying with the squad this season. I know we have more fixtures and whatnot, and you know the players we might need more squad depth, but I feel like he might get moved on. That sounds quite harsh, but I just think even when I watched him against Nuremberg, didn't do amazingly well. Sorry, Maitland-Niles though, I must say he surprised me. Looked bigger, looked stronger. Okay. Looked a lot better on the ball. Whether he's making a claim maybe for a new club or to stay, we don't know, but it'd be interesting to see if he moves on. But Reece Nelson, I think he probably will get moved on by the end of the window, personally.
Yeah.
I don't see how he, like you said there, I don't personally see how he fits, in my opinion. Maitland-Niles is more versatile in my opinion, to stay in and cover. Whether he wants to do that or not is down to the player, but I reckon he'll be used if he decides to stay.
NVR says he'd rather Nelson than Pepe. Well, we're going to see them both kind of fighting it out in Orlando and Baltimore as well. So what super chats have we missed? Because a lot have come through. Okay, right. So from Young Gunner, go ahead.
So Young Gunner says, I think Martinez saw the Dons death stare and decided not to join low. AFC protagonist says, had to make sure our playback speed was normal just now. Hope to see you in Baltimore. Come on, you Gunners.
I think there was one above the other Young Gunner one we missed. Here we go. Gents, what are your
opinions?
Opinions on Nelson having come back and been given a chance. Also, I'm pretty sure Donald Marlin, is that what he's asking about? Sorry, we haven't got it on the full screen yet. Donald Marlin came from our academy in 2015 too. I think we might have signed him that year to be part of our academy, so I think you're right. But we have obviously just touched on Nelson there, so thank you for super chat.
No worries. FC protagonist says, had to make sure. Yeah, I was just read that one. So Baltimore.
Yeah.
We're not going to be in Baltimore. We'll be doing a watch along though, so you'll see. If you go on the YouTube channel, you'll see us. We'll be doing a watch along to the game against Everton over in Baltimore. TJ Schooling says, big up Cecil. What were you doing at Crystal Palace? Their youth system is no joke. Amen. Is no joke. Channel 4 ITV4 filmed some 4 documentary coming. Leon Elliott, watch for this boy. Obviously, it's for Arsenal fans and AFTV. I don't want to talk about it too much. I hate doing that thing where, oh, look, yeah, blah, blah. But I was down at Crystal Palace because I got invited because they have an aftercare program for players that get released. I have a company where I work with young professional footballers in the Premier League all the way down to League 2. And I was just invited to see their new facilities and what they do down there. And it was an incredible day. And you're right, their youth system is not a joke. They've got great talent. That's why I was intrigued to go down and see what they're doing with the talent that don't make it, because they have such a good catchment area in South London. And I was there at one point and got released. So, yeah. And I saw Patrick Vieira. It was amazing. But,
not a bad way to spend the day.
Yeah, not a bad way to spend the day. Deep Kundu says, when are you guys coming to Orlando? It's hot here. James, you want to tell them?
Next week at some point. I can't remember what time the flight is.
But, this was me. I pressed it to you. I was like,
early. I think when's. I've got to be honest.
It's next Tuesday. We fly the 19th. But I don't know when we land. But we're coming Tuesday next week. John Ramon says we should get. Just gonna make sure this is Pereiro Hinka from Bayern Leverkusen. He's 20 years old, left-footed CB, and also plays left back. Really composed on the ball, quality.
Never heard of him, but we'll do our research on him. That's what I like about these shows. People who watch other leagues can come and tell you about other players, and you know
we can build upon.
That's what I love.
Contrast says, how about Wan-Bissaka from United? Him and Saka would work magic on the right wing. Wan-Bissaka wouldn't have to do much offensively.
Not for me. Not for me personally.
It's an option I haven't actually considered.
I think Wan-Bissaka's got many traits that will make him a very good fullback in the Premier League, but I just think something on the ball lacks for me personally.
Yeah, fair
and
enough.
I think what we do is just so...
Him and Tavares similar, or is that a real big disrespect?
No, very different actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I suppose I'll put that in there because...
Both very athletic.
Both very, yeah, that's where I can't put a comparison. If I want anyone from United, I'm going to get dragged through it. Rashford, come. I want him so bad. Anyway.
He was one of my options I mentioned.
Oh, he was!
But
on your video.
Ten Hag's have given him a real
I didn't watch,
yeah.
I just know this season he's going. He wants to really prove to a lot of people.
That's not
prove
good
him
for us,
wrong, and
is
he's been dropped by. Yeah, just look out for him. Shame he's not with us this season. Lubert says, hope you're doing well, guys. Cecil, great chat with Edu. We need more signings. Thanks for liking my comment on your LinkedIn post and being a connection. Not a problem, bro.
That's sweet.
Not a problem. And yeah, listen, meeting Edu was superb. And yeah, man, big up. Hold tight, LinkedIn family. Shref, big up Shref as well with super chat. Whoever does DR Sports clips and AFTV extra clips deserves a raise. Hilarious. Arsenal have to sell off the Deadwood quickly to raise money to close the Tielemans deal. How much do you think Tielemans is gonna go? Like, how much do you think he's worth what he's gonna go for? Because everyone keeps saying, yeah, we've got to make the money. Is he more than a £60 million player? I think that's a lot of money. Is he? Do you think he's pushing towards 80 million or 45? What do you think is a fair enough fee for him?
Sorry, I just got distracted by super chat. They were definitely not reading out.
Yeah, I know. I just want to skip straight to you.
So it just threw me off. I was like, what? Sorry, who worth what?
Tielemans, the fee for him, like how much roughly do you think he'll be?
Well, I think they're talking like the fee that was attached to him often was 25 million or so.
Yeah,
but apparently Leicester might want more, 35, 40.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not ridiculous amount. It's the fact that he's got a year left. That's where people are.
That's what we stalled him with.
I actually don't.
What are we stalling?
I actually don't think he's Arsenal's first choice. I don't think he's. I think they're looking elsewhere. Or they're playing a waiting game with Leicester. They're trying to say, they're waiting for them to panic, so that they lower their price and we get them for a low. Let them for a low fee.
25 million for Tielemans is not. You're not getting done there. You're not getting priced out. 25 million is a good price for Tielemans. I'm sorry, that's a joke.
No, listen, I would do it. I really like him. I really like him. Speaking of Tielemans, Arsenal
and a fullback.
Arsenal Twitter were at their best. Or worst?
No, they're worse.
They'll say best.
No,
it's funny.
It's funny, but there's people actually. You need to remember, people are actually doing this, James. There's people.
Well, as long as no one's in danger, or there's nothing, there's nothing.
They're
illegal
zooming in on home
fun.
Pictures, finding out kids. I know it's not kids' names. We're not looking at that specifically.
Okay, well, that bit to be fair, that's pretty.
This Arsenal Twitter. I mean, Arsenal Twitter and the investigations people go through for these signings.
Should we give people context? So,
yes.
So apparently, rumours fueled by people and supported by accounts that tend to be pretty good with reporting reliable stuff. But anyway, my point is, the Planet Euro Tielemans house is up for sale, and Arsenal
just knowing
fans,
that, I'm sorry,
Arsenal fans
knowing
were
that
straight on it. And what could it mean? Maybe that he's buying a new house. Or he could be moved. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. But I do love that, like, nothing escapes Arsenal fans. Nothing.
We're shameless.
Absolutely nothing escapes Arsenal fans.
Oh, I can't. His house up for sale. Do
you remember when they were spotting the Vieira announcement? Yeah, the Isaac. People were mentioning Isaac, but that was wrong.
Yeah,
but
that was
They tracked Gabriel's flight.
Yep.
They looked at the cloud formations. And time of day.
They went in to DVLA and typed in private plates. Bro, come on, bro. Come on. And I love our fan base. You know I do. I'm here for them.
No, you're right. You're right. They went on the DVLA website. You're right.
They did.
Then they saw that it was registered like in the last couple of weeks.
Bro, do you know how mad that is? Do you know, like, I love you lot. Let these players arrive in peace. Like, jeez. Like, please, man. Like,
do you know what I hate about myself as well? I get so caught up in it. I'm like, no way he's selling his house.
Yes, you're a mess.
Oh my
you're
God.
People sell houses, James.
I know.
People sell houses, and doesn't mean they're coming to Arsenal. Listen, I hope he does come, but to go to that extent is wild.
Yeah,
But anyway, yeah, just big up. No, I'm not giving you no big ups.
That is as good an update as we've got for you on the Tielemans thing.
Yeah.
Listen, we try to deal in fact. When there's some kind of fun rumours like that, we'll talk about them. You can all see it on social media, and it's just fun to. And by the way, actually, I don't want to completely diminish the good work a lot of these news aggregators do, because if that is legitimately his house and is legitimately up for sale recently and all that, that probably tells you there's something going on. And they probably are reliable. It probably is true. I'm just saying, I do laugh because all I want is Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein to both say Arsenal are signing him.
Yeah.
Not.
Here we go.
Not. I'm trying to think of an estate agency that basically telling us like
Rupert and West. I don't know if that's one. That might be one.
5-bedroom property in Leicester's gone up for sale. I'm like, oh my God, no way. We're signing
3 reception rooms, by the way.
We're signing Tielemans.
Yeah, a swimming pool.
That's incredible.
Oh wow. Shameless, but listen, you gotta love it.
It's shameless.
Let me read.
Yeah, go for it.
Just Deep. Okay, Deep Kundu. I don't know that player. Said he'll be
no, I've heard of him.
Okay.
But I think has he gone to Dortmund? Schlotterbeck. I think I read somewhere that he is.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll have a little look. And then Vinay says, get Tielemans quick or United might go for him if they can't get De Jong. Do you know what? Everyone we're linked with, I can't lie, it happens, isn't it? It's people just like stealing our targets. It just seems like that. Just looking over like, oh, what Arsenal doing? Let's go for them as well. That's what it feels like. So hopefully we do get the deal done.
We had the Chelsea coming for Rafinha, then we heard that apparently there's late interest in Jesus, and I'm sure all these targets were there, but listen, we missed out on top 4. Any little thing we can get, like, you're taking our targets.
Give us a target.
Which isn't exactly something to be happy about, but at least our targets are good, I suppose. On what Vinay said there, I think United might well go in for Tielemans. So,
listen, I have a friend who supports United, and he's very envious that we're linked to him. He really wants him. He really wants Tielemans. He said he would love him at United. So, yeah, I mean, it maybe would fit their profile, but for now, let's hope it comes to us. Some more super chats flying in. Owen Camwell says, so I'm sure you guys have seen that Chelsea have picked up Sterling now Koulibaly. I can never say his name properly. When will Arsenal sign? Ready-made players? As far as I'm concerned, we have made one signing thus far, and it's Jesus. And I agree. I think that is very true. He's the one signing that is kind of the standout. But I feel like Chelsea, this new ownership, he's kind of trying to prove, that he can bring Chelsea back by making these big name signings. Obviously, they'll link to. We spoke about this earlier. They'll link to Neymar and City people like Ronaldo and stuff. Like, I think the ownership is really, and they've got control of the signings. I think they're really trying to get the fans on side and make these big name signings. Whether Tuchel wants that or not will be another question. We'll see how they will bode well when they play. But that is kind of, I think, what the plan for the new ownership is doing. There's a super chat there for you.
Sorry. So I think he's talking about. Hi James, he was part of the Ecuadorian team that qualified for the World Cup. I'm Ecuadorian like him, and we have a lot of young talents like Arsenal. Who are we talking about?
There's 2 players we stopped.
I think I know, but I just want to double check. You carry on with comments in the meantime.
So Angelo says, because we are slow in the transfer market, so I can't argue with that.
Why is internet doing this?
I can't argue with that. One thing I should have spoke to Edu about is like, why is everything taking so long?
If John Raymond, no, don't need super chat. Just send in a comment. I'll look out for it. Let me know who you're speaking about there, because I'm trying to think. Am I being really dumb? My brain's just like, who are we talking about?
Shref says, with super chat big up, says Yuri may not be first choice. True. If he came in, it'd be. I suppose.
I think he'd start. But
Notice Mikel priorities signing players who are intelligent and technical players. Only Bambi and Tavares have fooled him. Who's talking about Bambi?
I think
Who's Bambi?
It's Sambi. Sambi. I think that's really harsh on Sambi.
It's harsh, man.
Really harsh.
It is harsh, man. I mean, he didn't have a great season, but I think I spoke about Turkish. I think got thrown in the deep end quite a bit. But you might see more of him this season as well. Sambi Lokonga. I think he's going to be used. I
think people are in the comment section telling me. And now my YouTube reloads. This is classic.
Or Hincapi from Liverpool.
Oh, fine. I wasn't thinking him, but cool. Okay, fine. We'll do our research, absolutely. Because he could be a really good option. Listen, we need these options. So, you know what? I'm not doing it now, but we might do some sort of like let us know kind of alternatives. We'll do.
We should do that. I've done that before. I've done that before on some social media platforms with AFTV and found some great links.
And actually, worth mentioning at this point, we've got some really cool stuff coming on AFTV, like tech-wise, that is going to allow you guys not just to be in a comment section, but I won't spoil it all, but be able to contribute a lot more and tell us more about these kind of players. And we are a fan channel. I think people forget that. That's why when people use words like expert and stuff, I don't really like it. We are fans who, are supposed to know what we're talking about, absolutely, but ultimately fans, and I want to be educated by other fans coming on and telling us. So, we'll have some cool stuff coming. You'll see that very, very soon.
100%. I'll take it. And just quickly, there's a new AFTV website as well. Again, opening up the opportunity for you guys and for fans to interact more and more. So make sure you guys check that out as well. The AFTV.co.uk is just a new website. Have a little look at it when you can. But yeah, definitely, we're just fans. And we're trying to have a nice community.
I love this from Cyrus. James, don't forget to keep Laurie saying Jesus. I heard him in the office. I think he's changed back.
Has he changed now?
Cyrus, I think he has changed
back. Has he changed?
Yeah. So latest on Lucas Torreira very quickly. He has travelled with the squad, but yes, his agent, I think his agent or someone's come out to say that he's basically been talking to Valencia and has an agreement with them. So it's about what happens to the club. I think we did mention that earlier, but just to reiterate that point. And I think he'll go.
Yeah, it seems like he's from someone very much on the outside looking in.
Yeah,
it does seem like he is going to be off. I think the Valencia thing, that rumour that came through just today seems quite strong. And I wouldn't be too angry if I'm honest.
Yeah, and we're not going to get into a big discussion about it. We're going to round off very soon. But just this news that relates to Arsenal players, and we know the manner in which Mesut Ozil left Arsenal. He's now just left Fenerbahce, and a couple of days ago there was reports that he'd had his contract terminated or whatever. Yeah. I don't really know why. There's always rumours that go around, but I'll be interested to see where his next move is. And yeah, like he was a really talented player. I don't really like seeing things go this way, but it's just it doesn't seem like it's really worked for him there, which some Arsenal fans predicted. Others, others were saying we made a mistake letting him go. It's hard to comment. He's an interesting kind of player and character, Ozil. And also we did you guys, Turkish and Robbie did the great interview with his agent as well, Erkut Circuit. So that was, go check that out if you haven't seen it. But anyway, he's left Fenerbahce, so I'm sure we'll sort of learn more about that in the coming days or whatever.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see his next step, if I'm honest, or if he turns up his boots and retires. It'd be interesting to see where he goes next.
Was there a rumour that he might do that? I think he's got lots of investments and lots of other things. He's got his gaming. He's a brand. He's a real businessman. Yeah. Like, I think there's a lot of other things he's got going on and that he might be ready to dedicate time to. So we'll see.
Okay. Let me just round off with some of the super chats.
Yeah, go for it.
Abdullah says Arsenal rumoured interested in Mykola
Matvienko,
26-year-old Ukrainian centre-back from Shakhtar, can play left-back and has 51 international caps.
Mentioned him earlier. There was someone else who brought him up.
And then, for sure, I was going to say, I'm sure I saw that name pop up. And Raul says Calvin Bassi could be a good option, left-back and centre-back. Oh, yeah, he's a Nigerian defender. Also, good player. Do you know what? I've seen a bit of him, not too much, but also very strong.
Good for Rangers, isn't he? And I'm not seeing him as a left back. I thought he'd play more centre back, but maybe.
Yeah, he's still quite young.
Listen, there's players out there. There's players out there.
There always is. That's what always. We do so many transfer related videos. We've done drafts. We've done transfer days, done transfer day extras. There's so many players out there. And we've gone through in this window. We've spoken about so many options. So there's always players out there. There's always players that can still sign. And we just get the business going and get it done. It's very soon till the season starts. I mean, today we got told 5th of August. That's only in it's like two and a bit weeks, James. Things need to happen. They're going on tour. They're on tour now. They've flown out there. Yeah. We're going to be there next week. 3 weeks, so we say, and then obviously the Emirates Cup, and then we kind of go straight into the season. And things need to start happening very soon because I don't want to have that thing where the player arrives and they need to take time to bed in. We need to hit the ground running this season because we didn't do it too well at all last season. So let's hope there's a difference this year.
Sig says, how has the euro drop affected the transfer market? I think I saw that a euro is now equal to $1 for the first time since 2002 or something. But I have no idea how it's going to impact the market. But I once studied economics, so I should have more to contribute to this. But I've got really no idea. Probably not too much because we're still talking about extremes amount of money anyway in the world of football.
Neil says, fan channel, but only read us out super chats. No, not at all. I'm reading out your comment right now. Feel free to get back in, and if you anything else you want to say, let me know.
Hey, today more than ever we've read out comments that aren't just super chats.
There you go.
But I will agree that we probably need to be better at that. But we have been reading lots of comments today. So
Ozil has joined a new team apparently as well. To people in the comments saying it's in Istanbul, Başakşehir. Yeah, I didn't know. Ozil's joined a team owned by the Turkey president. A fair play. So he's still going to carry on, and fair play to him. Listen, like I said, a player here that may not have hit the heights. The
last 3-4 years will be far from what he wanted them 100%, to be.
But
and
still
the reasons,
a great player. Reasons we'll
to discuss another day.
Last super chat, Sam Atala says Chelsea and Tottenham have been doing serious business, so we definitely need very strong 2 or 3 players before
the transfer window closes.
Thank you very much. Transfer window closes to make it to top 4.
Yeah, Sam, and that's a place to round off because bringing it back full circle, we missed out on Lisandro Martinez. We wanted to explore not a little bit why, but kind of more the fee, the fact he's going to United, why he's going to United. It's not just because of Ten Hag, but plays a part. And just the fact that Arsenal has spent a lot of time supposedly working on this deal, and names like Grimaldo have come up, but not many. We've seen Aaron Hickey go to Brentford, so that was one very linked player that we're not going to be looking at anymore. And I think it's just a case of where next for Arsenal. Listen, it's not all doom and gloom, but where next? What's the next thing? We need to move on to that. And it's gone quiet since Rafinha's gone quiet in the winger market as well. So Arsenal really need to get going. The Tielemans, update is kind of funny. Someone even told me that his house has been up for sale for a while, so maybe this is no surprise, but Arsenal need to now get moving, and I hope the America tour doesn't slow it down. I think we needed 1 or 2 more in before the America tour, and then the second or third then available for the start of the season, so Arsenal really need to get moving. Is there another super chat just come in there last minute from Marius?
There is, if you feel free if you want to.
He says he's a Spurs fan. Can you get your targets? Yuri, Sergei and Zinchenko, don't miss out. Stronger Spurs and Arsenal.
More teams taking points from City and Liverpool, which is a good point.
He's a Spurs fan, but he wants Tottenham and Arsenal to be better.
Stronger, yeah, better. And you know what? And you just said about Hickey there, missing out on him. I don't know. Now thinking about it, not too bothered that we missed out on him, considering the people we're linked with. Yeah, considering players we're linked with now that seem more versatile, better as well in that position, a bit more experience. So I'm not too angry at that. But we need to get the job. We need to get targets and people over the line. I think that's the main message right now. It will get frustrating again for fans if we don't get it done, but there is still a lot of positive signs. We can't forget that. We have got Jesus. Yes, I know. I haven't seen Vieira play yet, so I don't know how he's going to work. But what I saw in the Germany tour, on that second half, there's some things to be looked forward to. So I'll be looking forward to that when we go over in the USA, and then hopefully when we come back. I do want to round off by saying the merch, guys. Come and join the merch team. Shop.aftv.co.uk. You can get your merch. I'm wearing a standard top here, just the AFTV merch. But look at this. Look at this. Look how well I prepared this earlier.
Good work.
Here's what I prepared earlier. If you can see this clearly here, we have the 3 Gabbies, Martinelli, Jesus, and Gabriel Magalhaes in their angel tops. Listen, I love this. This is new merch coming out. There's also some more other stuff. Make sure you guys head over to that. There's a discount code if you type in Jesus. Not Jesus, not Jesus, JESUS. Look at me thinking how to spell Jesus then. Get that, you get 10% off until Sunday. Make sure you guys check that out.
Listen, the way you've said Monroe in the past, I'm happy you got through that.
And also, Don Robbie on the Don Robbie channel will be covering the Women's Euros. Make sure you guys check that out. You'll see us featuring it as well every now and then.
Do go check. I mean, I've got to say, the Women's Euros has been fantastic, and England playing really, really well. I know fans from all around the world will be watching this, but also we've got, I don't know, just the panels have been great. I was on the Italy watch-along. They got absolutely battered by France, but I was on the Italy watch-along and it was great fun. So do come and join in.
Yeah, 100%. And then lastly, we have been in the description of this video. We've been nominated for an award, guys. Please vote for us. It would really mean a lot. Honestly, look at me begging. Just as a fan channel, it just means a lot. I believe it's the World Soccer Talk Awards 2022. The link's in the description. All you got to do is just literally
4K watching. Go 4K view votes.
Forget the likes today. Just vote for us, please. Okay, it'd be really nice and kind of you guys. And then lastly, there's a super chat here from OzF says we're 2 years away from being 2 years away.
It always feels like, no, forget 2 years. I'm always used to hearing, it's not true now, but I'm just used to hearing Arsenal are 2 players away, and it's like, oh, I'm so sick of that. Like, why we've never just got the players? Why? Anyway, we're not going to go into that. Big thank you, guys. Cheers, Seth.
Yes, thank you.
Really enjoyed it. Remember, go vote, go grab your merch, and really enjoyed today's show. Hope you've got some transfer updates coming soon, because Arsenal need to get really moving. But Lisandro Martinez, I think we can say, is fully done and dusted. He's going to Manchester United. Not much we can really do about it.
And thank you, Charlie, for the super chat before we ended off. I've spoken with Craig, but yeah, thank you for that super chat. Just the last one that come in. But yeah,
cool.
That's everything.
Hello there. See you later, guys. Cheers.
Take care.